What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Aged Out Reacts with the two hosts of the Aged Out podcast, Mike Fantini and
Evan Worrell.
as he shakes his bourbon glass. Oh, it's going to be a good one,
Yeah,
ladies
we're
and gentlemen.
Rocking the whiskeys. We got the whiskey and the bourbon stones here.
So before we get into today's reaction video, make sure you hit subscribe on the YouTube channel, like the video if you like the content we're putting out here. Check out the podcast on all major podcast services, Spotify, Apple, and Google. Subscribe to all those. Follow on Instagram and Facebook for updates about the podcast and reaction videos and future guests and plans we have. And today you'll notice there's no guest, just Evan and I flying kind of solo, if you want to think of it that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we started it solo, so I mean,
That's true. Might as
why
well
not?
see if it'll work. So obviously our previous guest was Louis Reniger, who marched with the 2019 Blue Knights Drumline. And as you can see in the top left of your screen now, that's the video we're going to react to. Today's video comes from 6 a.m. Films. Make sure you go subscribe to that channel. They put out a lot of really good content when there's competitive shows to go to and record, unfortunately. So you ready?
I believe Lewis said too when we were recording with him after we finished our recording that some of the dudes from the line were like, after he told them that he was gonna do an episode with us, like, hey man, have him react to the BK lot. And I was like, all right, here we go. So we're gonna keep it real.
Yep. All right, you ready?
I'm ready, dude. Let's get into this. I believe we were here for this lot too.
We were.
Buttery.
So good.
Give it to me.
But I like how they put the buzz roll at the beginning. You got to let them find each other.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to take the attack on a buzz roll.
Yeah. Is this the section he was talking about where when they're on the field, they're separate, like the quads and bases are on one side and they're somewhere else?
No, pause. So they're all in the same location on the field, but he was saying that if I remember this correctly, that Mike was telling him like, look, we just need to start at this point.
Oh,
and
this is
end
that
by
section.
this
Okay,
point.
yeah, this is that section where
Yeah, so no matter what, like they get the cheater from the Met, but it's just play clean and
That's
end
true,
together
'cause that's what-
at this point in time.
they are cutting
No,
the net out.
I'll reference the other point that we're talking about.
Okay, because you know the show better than I do, so
Yeah, I watched it.
I still haven't gone back and watched it because I'm bad at this, but oh well. I will eventually.
This is a cool effect though.
Oh, it's really cool. And the blend between all sections of the battery just stands out to me so much right now. It all just sounds so good together.
And then on the final set, it's like, all right, we're in time now.
Yep. Oop, watch the beginning of that roll. But still extremely hard.
Those little paradiddle front in there.
I love those high
So
lefts.
tasty. Look at the
So stylized. The musicality is just so good.
I love how they revisit that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Same motif, long roll.
Yep.
Whoop.
Yep.
Dude, that's ballsy. That's space.
It's extremely ballsy. It's all over Mike Jackson's books. He gives no shits.
This is a really long quad moment too.
It is. Are they exposed on the field for this?
Yeah, I think they were pretty far up front.
Nice. Just like something like that. Just grandmas repeated over and over again. Just crescendoing can be so effective yet so simple. I like it.
Pause.
Okay.
And then we'll go back. So one thing we had talked about too on the podcast is just how the setup for the lots was just kind of like a one and done. Like they do the phrase and then they kind of go into the next idea, but they only do it once. And then when they do the next chunk, they like kind of bookend it. Like, all right, we'll backtrack a couple bars just to connect the dots and tie in. So they end it and then they just go on to the next thing. It's like a performance. You get one shot. It's kind of a psychological thing, like don't mess it up, and then
because you only get one shot on the field. You don't get to rep it on the field, and there's a long break, unfortunately, between the end of your warm up and the performance. So you don't you're getting reps in your warm up, but you still have a long pause to where you have to be able to flip that switch again right when the performance starts. So it's just all part of the mental game and the mental state that Mike Jackson's and his team is so good at playing at and controlling.
And I think when we did our episode with Taha, which if you haven't listened to, go back and check that out. He was talking about, I believe her name is Veronica. Is that right?
Yes, I think so.
The battery caption head. I think she's like a psych major, and how she's just so good at like helping manage and figure out like the vibe of the members and like what they need and just doing whatever satisfies the needs of the ensemble, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right, let's go back a little bit and we'll keep going.
All right, I'll rewind. There we go. Yeah,
this is the best quad line that I think they had at BK during the Mike Jackson years.
I think so. I think a lot of them are Texas kids from Taha, from Monarch.
Yeah, like 3 of them are Monarch.
I think so. Oop. One of those rolls wasn't in there. That's cool. That high left right into the buzz.
Woo! Yeah.
The roll hand speed change.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That was so... go back real quick. Okay. That just bass 2 day crescendo roll.
It's just, again...
It's so tasty, man.
Lewis pointed that out, too. Like, Mike Jackson will write for a quad line, for example, a long roll that's on drum 2 the entire time. Or like a lot of groups would have written that bass 2 roll and started it out as a bass 2 roll and then turned it into a split instead of just letting it be the same tone.
Just letting it resolve.
Exactly. Man. Just letting same tone, same consistent sound, just satisfyingly just disappear into nothing.
Yes, bass.
Yeah,
yes.
Just so good.
Woo! So delicate.
That's so good.
One of my favorite things is that triplet roll into like the 16th, like inverted parallel.
Yep.
Broken City.
Yeah.
Woo!
The crowd said it for us.
Yes.
Ooh, that roll was good.
That little rough.
Again, man, just so dynamic. The lows are so low, the highs are so high, and that contrast makes it all stand out that much more.
Pause. So in the bass writing there, too, I feel like the arrangement lent itself to such a virtuosic expression just because it wasn't overly dense. Like he allowed the space and the frequency of notes to work against each other. You can't have effective space without velocity and density, and vice versa. You can't have density without space. Just mixing it in just makes it so much more effective.
It's the same type of contrast I was just talking about dynamically. You can do it with the density of notes too.
This is this kid. Hold on, pause.
All right, and I'll rewind this phrase after you're done. No,
yeah,
you're good.
yeah. I think this kid in the middle, 2 right from
him
Lewis.
Or him?
Yeah.
This guy?
No, 2 right from Lewis. Yeah. I believe I listened to a podcast that Lewis and him did together. I think this kid's first experience was this line at BK where he hadn't marched any drum corps before, and he just went from high school to this.
Jeez.
So kudos to you.
Yeah. Good Lord. All right, I'm going to rewind a minute so we can hear that whole phrase, or just most of it. All right, we'll start from here. This is fine.
Yeah, I'll listen to this bass stuff again. Woo.
All right, I'm going to point something out. When the snares just entered
they're vibing.
Dude, well,
Lewis
we'll get to it in a second. Like when the snares first came in there with that, that right was so big and high, and they just like fake you out with that forte piano. And all it was simple triplet, forte piano triplets, no roll, nothing. But you expect him to come in like swinging for the fences. You get that first note, and then everything drops out. And there's so little density to those triplets that it just satisfyingly comes back up and builds perfectly, and then they just get right into it. It's awesome.
Dude, this dude's cheesing. He's got his Invisalign, like, for years paid off at this moment.
I think he has like a vlog series too from this summer on YouTube somewhere.
Woo!
Oh, the shots.
Oh.
Did someone just say that's assault?
Yeah.
Yeah, this quad line was really good. So they just nailed that. The snare entrance wasn't perfect.
Dude, I love this stick click part, how they revisit this motif.
This right here.
Yeah, they did it like 2 times in a row. Pick it up.
I gotta say, Lewis is a performer. I'll give him that.
Dude, I sucked at performing.
Dude, I was bad at it too.
Dude, those
They're
like
just-
little buzzes in the quads over top of the open
so
figure,
dope.
the snares go back.
Yeah. I want to hear that again. I think I'm back far enough.
Yeah.
Dude, the interplay between sections.
Oh, give it to me.
Uh-huh.
It's a clap for that.
Man.
This is kind of where they have their Broken City moment too, where they
Uh-huh.
like have all the chaos and the staggered buzzes and this and that.
Yeah.
The written ticks.
Yeah, that was good. This is really hard.
This is that part he was talking about. Oh no,
Oh, no,
ads.
an ad
No!
got
But this is that part they were talking about in the show.
Electrolytes, zero sugar.
Now that
Get
we've
outta
helped
here
people
with this.
customize
That's
and save at
hilarious.
Liberty Mutual, we can finally do some beach
I'll bring our
Liberty,
logo
liberty,
up during
liberty.
this when I
Dude,
edit
I get a
later.
copyright claim.
Right.
But this is the part in the show where like the snares were on like the 5-yard line. And then the quads and basses were like 30 yards away. You just have to be so locked in with what your own pod is doing at this point. It's impressive enough that they did this in the lot.
I was getting ready to
this
say,
trade-off.
like, did that overlap and line up like that on the field too?
Pause. So this was a part of the podcast where Lewis was talking about like they were just so locked in, like we were listening to the snares and we had to play together as a snare section and like that was it. And then the basses and quads were just doing their own thing. So I think in the lot, obviously with the environmental like closeness that they have right now, it was easy to kind of overlay it. I don't remember it happening quite that way on the field as much as it was just like
Yeah, if they're 30 yards apart.
you had the effect.
Yeah, if they were 30 yards apart, I would imagine the roll probably would not line up as one decrescendos, one crescendos. But like you just said, it's not the intended effect. The intended effect is for the sound to bounce around and pass, like
Still
and draw
super
your eye.
impressive,
Oh,
though.
it is for sure.
Just the focus it requires. It was pretty sweet in the lot, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Guy in the video. Agreed.
mm-hmm.
Dude, I love when the snare shots feed into the lower voices.
And that's so cool. Like, again, it's just minimalistic writing that works really well. Oh, we're getting another ad.
Dude, I like how they take the bottom out of that roll. Dude, what are we getting with these ads?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
a channel
guess this
that's
dude's got his monetized video, but skip. Dude, hold on. I saw a perfect meme. It was like YouTube. It was like a Pokemon meme. It was like, oh, you want ads? Well, now what's the Team Rocket? It's like double on the trouble or something. You're more the Pokemon expert than me.
No, I'm gonna fade in and out and cut out that little ad part that just came up. So,
All right, we got it.
nice threes.
Oof.
Little tick there.
Yeah, a little tick there.
There's space. We'll allow it. We'll let it slide.
Cold attacks.
Us with all of our authority.
Oh, let me check my hands.
Yeah.
Somebody's favorite part. Oh yeah, let's check each other. Oh yeah, what's up, dude? Oh yeah. We got some brushes. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah.
This dude looks like he's having a good time this entire video, no matter what they're playing.
He's got great teeth.
Yeah, man. Another heck of a good performer.
Nice.
Mike Jackson utilizes the edge of the snare drum, the gut edge, really well.
Dude, I hate playing at the good edge.
I didn't mind it that much.
Ooh, nice bass. Dude, they had some velocity going there and they just took it away.
Uh-huh. Pulled the rug right out from under us.
Pause. One thing I like about these segments too is that the crescendoed rolls have such a duration that really allows you to just maximize it. It's not like a micro phrase or very short, like a 2-beat
roll.
crescendo roll or something like that. It goes for like a bar and a half or something. And you just really get the full effect of the full dynamic range. And I really love that.
It allows you to pace it perfectly.
Yes.
And that again goes back to what Lewis was talking about on the podcast of Mike writes consistency. The human ear likes consistency. And if you don't let something stick around long enough to get to that level of consistency for the human ear, it's just kind of here and gone before you can really appreciate and react to it and really
for sure
figure out what just happened.
Absolutely. Oh, did they do the old school like throwback? Hold on, go back.
They might have. I think I know what
Go back, like, 10
what
seconds
you're
or something.
alluding to.
The knee kick. So like old school Blue Knights used to do the old knee kick before they stepped off.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I caught that briefly.
I think they did.
So.
I think they did do it.
Watch the legs. Hold on. There it is.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Popped it out right on the shot.
First of all, I don't know whoever created that. That's stupid, but I like that they threw it back.
This is cool. I like that.
All the way out.
Oh,
Yes.
so good. Took him a second to find that roll, but
All the way back to the beginning of the show.
yep.
Revisit the same motif.
So tough to maintain that as you turn around like that. and your listening environment changes. So good.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty sick.
Mike Jackson running in.
He's like, yeah, Mike's up in there.
Oh, that's good. Man, I forgot how good they were. And like I said,
Dude, that lot. Yeah, that lot was like an experience.
I was getting ready to say
It was just such a fun vibe, and you could tell that they were just enjoying themselves as performers. And as a crowd participant, I was just like, yeah, I want to give it up to this.
Was
it flawless? No, but was it super satisfying? Absolutely.
Yes, enjoyable, entertaining, well done. Like I was going to say, like there's a couple little ticks in there, little bad entrances, but they corrected themselves very quickly. I don't even care because the writing was so sweet and the execution was great, and so I don't have much else to say about that. Like it's
a fun ensemble,
super enjoyable to watch. So, well, that's all we got. Again, make sure you hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. Like the video if you're still stuck around this long to watch all of this. Again, go support 6 a.m. Films. Subscribe to their channel. Great content being put out by them. Check out podcast services again. Patreon if you want to help us out financially. Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. And we'll be back as soon as possible with the next podcast or reaction video.
Peace.